A very warm welcome to everyone. So today we are going to see the topic of caste-based census. So what is a census and caste-based census? We will discuss about in detail. So there has been a request or let's say a request to the government for a long time to take the caste census of each and every state or each and every district's presence in India. So let us see that about in detail. Okay, so census, first of all, census was started in 1872 at that time under the leadership of or let's say under British Viceroy Lord Mayo. So it was the first census which was taken in and completed in 1881. So under Lord Ripon, it was taken under Lord Ripon. So in 1881, after 1881, there has been every 10 years we used to have the census right till 2011. So due to Corona, we are yet to take the census as well for this 2021. I mean from 2020 till 2022. So we have been facing the coronavirus. So that there has been no way for taking the census, or there has been no way for the census officer to interact with the public as well. So I think for the last census was 2011. So from 1881 for every once in 10 years till 2011, India conducted its census, and India is conducting its census from 1881. So where the census has been registered, the census is coming under the Ministry of Home Affairs. Let's say, for example, if that's why during the CA problem also the lots of problems came regarding this NPA as well as NPR, National People Registry, and as well as the CAA. So there has been lots of problems which was going on actually. So this is conducted by the Registrar General and Census Commission of India. So which is under the Ministry of Home Affairs. The Home Affairs is the sole registry for the census as well as the citizenship as well. Okay, so this is one such thing. So you have to note that the census of India was conducted by the Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India, which is under the Home Ministry, and all the census since 1951 were conducted under the Census of Indian Act 1948. So that gives the power to the census which is conducted through India. So Census of Indian Act 1948 gives the power to conduct the census. The last census was held, as we told, in 2011. So we will see that in detail. Okay, caste-based census. What is the caste-based census? Why there is so much of things which is there, and why there is so much of procedural problems are there. Okay, so each and every state are based on the breakup of caste. Even today politically we see we have the Karnataka, we have the upcoming Karnataka elections as well. So we have each and every state which is based on caste driven politics as well. So this is mainly a political issue as well, because political party is raising all these kinds of issues in their day-to-day manner. So I would say this is a political as well. Mostly people don't care about what is caste census or what is census or this thing. I would say this is the query or request given by the political parties as well. So only by the political parties. So caste census is the procedure of systematically acquiring and recording the caste-wise tabulation of India's population. Let's say we have 77% of Hindus, or 70 to 80%, 77 to 80% of Hindus, 14% of Muslims, 3% of Christians, 1% of Buddhist, 1% of Sikh, 1% of Jain. So this is the religious breakup. In this 80%, let's say I would say this today's India's population is 80% of Hindus. So in this 80%, there has been a say that over 52% of this 80% has been based upon OBC category caste. So that is like, okay, so each and every state has its own OBC caste based in that. Okay, so in this 80%, there is no particular data for caste for OBC. So there has been a data for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, but there is no particular data for the caste which is present in OBC. So this is one such major problem which we face today. The last caste census was taken in 1931, that is before the independence. So we have the caste data or census which was nearly taken a century ago, which was, we are now in 2023, but the last caste census was taken in 1931. But the British stopped it in 1941. Every once in 10 years we have the caste census also as from 1881. But in 1941 the British stopped it because due to their financial constraints, because they don't have money at that time. That was also the one such reasons in which they left India at 1947 also. So this was the thing. So the last caste census was in 1931. So India as well as publishes a separate data of scheduled caste as well as the scheduled tribes. Okay, so that says that nearly 25% of the Hindu population will be around 25 or 23 to 25% would be as scheduled caste population, and nearly 9% of the Indian population will be as scheduled tribe. So we have the data, we have the accumulated data of the scheduled tribe as well as the scheduled caste in that. Okay, so the last parameter was not picked up by the Indian government, which is after the independence. After 1931, none of the Indian government were ready to do the caste based census. Okay, so the last parameter has not been discovered by the Indian government as well. So in this absence, there is no such reliable estimate. What are the strength of the OBC, or what kind of caste are there, or what kind of people who are facing their problems. So there are many problems in there, and there are sub-categorization of the caste also, which is present inside the OBCs. Not only in OBC, it is present inside the SC as well as ST also. So other categories within the OBCs are also being denied. So these are the various problems there. Okay, need. Why there is such need? So constitutional mandate. Okay, our constitution favors a caste census. Article 340 manages to appoint the commission to investigate the conditions of the social and educationally or economically backward caste. Okay, so see, if I would say that in each and every caste there are backward people, and each and every caste there are wealthy people as well. So we have to take the parameters of take all the parameters into the conclusion. Okay, so this debate has come over the days of the EWS system also. So there has been many problems when it comes to caste census. There will be many problems. Rich will be richer, and in each and every caste which has rich and poor as well. So we can't come to a conclusion that this caste is totally poor and this caste is totally rich. Okay, so Article 340 mandates to take the census of socially as well as economically and educationally backward classes. So due to their categorization, in each and every state has been given a reservation as well, because each and every state has its own reservation system as well. In the center we have around 27.5% of reservation for OBC, and there is a say of data that 52% of the Hindu population is OBC as well, and 15% for the scheduled tribes, scheduled caste, 7.5% of the scheduled tribes. Okay, so they nearly got their percentage. So I think it's 9% of their total scheduled tribes. They got their overall representation, but this 15%, it is nearly 20 to 23% of the overall population. It goes maximum, it goes till 25%. They got their percentage. They got nearly their percentage, at least 15%. But 27.5 is nearly 52% of the OBC got only 27.5. So there is a major demand from the OBC caste sector side only. Okay, so they have their numbers and calculation, they have their reservation, but there has been an request or there has been a request or queries from the OBC side only. Okay, so what are the steps to be taken, or who are the backward class members, or who are socially economically backward? So let's identify that. Okay, so identify the socially economically disadvantaged. So there are many problems in this caste based census as well as caste based ecosystem as well. So to identify the first problem, to identify the social and economically disadvantaged, okay, and we have to find what needs to be done for them, because some will be economically very wealthy, some will be economically very weaker as well. There should be an understanding of what needs to be done for the caste based socially economically backward people as well. Okay, so why caste census? To get faith of our citizens. So for a long time many OBC caste have been having a thought that they are deprived from the society as well. So because they have not given equal representation or equal reservation in this society, there will be some changes. If a caste is identified as OBC in, for example, let's say a state of Tamil Nadu has a caste of OBC, a particular caste in OBC, that will be identified as general in central level. So this problem has been coming for many decades and many years ago as well. And so policy makers should develop a better policies for what needs to be done for the OBCs, what needs to be done for the scheduled caste, and what needs to be done for the scheduled tribes as well. So there are in OBC itself, like say economically weaker section for the general caste has played a very important role as well. So there should be a caste census which needs to be taken, but nearing a decade, I don't think it's a possible one for the government as well, because they have lots and lots of issues as well. So we will see what are all the things as well as, and enable more rational debate. See, rational debate, each and every state has its own problem. As I said, caste is there in caste has to be given own kind of reservation there. So this 27.5 reservation has been given on the basis of 1931 caste. So we are a century backward. I would say in this caste census we are a century backward, I would say. So all commission have depended on the data from the last decade of 1931 as well. So this 27.5 reservation for the OBCs has been given on the caste census based on 1931. So let's say like this caste have been deprived from the society, and this caste needs to be given overall representation for their caste to grow up. Like we need to have some quantifiable data. That leads us to the caste census as well. For example, let's say Muttrayars from Tamil Nadu has to be given reservation. Then there should be a consolidated data which the state as well as central government has to have in their hands. But we don't have. We have the data which we have in 1931 as well. So that needs to be done. Okay. So there should be a quantifiable data for tackling the caste questions through statistical data and as well as the statistics. Okay, so there should be a data which gives the prima facie for this caste to be given reservation or given equal representations as well. So these are the main problem in which we are facing challenges. Okay, see, during 1931 there are around 4k caste. Okay, now there are around 460k caste. Okay, so this is one such problems which is over there. Okay, now surely we would have been having the subcaste. So in today's date, in 2021, we are having around 46 lakh caste. Okay, so there are subcaste which in that. So each and every differentiation has been done. So there are many challenges in this. Okay, too late to add caste in their census of 2021. Now I don't think the 2021 census will be done in next 2 to 3 years, because we have the election in the upcoming year also. So I don't think we will be having the census as well. So there is much difficulties to add their caste list in the census of 2021. So that is a major big problem. Then political parties will have a greater mobilization or greater polarization on this. Okay, so today's politics acts based on the caste. Okay, so we cannot go away that okay, there is no caste in India, or there is no caste without politics. There is caste in politics. So the political parties will have the greater say. Okay, there are earlier failed attempts as well. So for example, there is a caste known as Vanier. Okay, and there is a caste known as Pannier. Okay, both are in the same. Okay, both are in the same spelling mistake. Only one N will be the difference. So these are the problems in which we are having. So there is a spelling mistake, and the person who is attached to the local will know about what are all the problems will be there. If a person who is not there, and these kinds of problems will be there, and the overall problems comes in the spelling mistake as well. And against the idea of casteless society, even though we are being continuously speaking about the casteless society as well, then one section of the society wants the caste census to be taken it. So we are against the idea of casteless society also, and strongest sentiments for the against reservation. See, vote bank politics is other major concern, because as I said earlier, today's politics derives on the caste vote bank only. So these are the major concerns for the major concerns or challenges for the these are the concerns or major challenges for the caste based census as well. So let's say what are all the commission which has given a report. There is a first backward class commission report in 1955 which was under the Kaka Kelkar commission. So this commission, I mean this under the chairmanship of Kaka Kelkar. So he gave the commissional report of first backward class commission report. The second backward class commission, this was very important thing, given under the chairmanship of Mandal. Okay, so he has 1931 data and which has given the 27.5 reservation as well. And Justice Rohini Commission of 2017 for the subcategorization of OBC. See, let's say, okay, so we have a community known as Mukkulathur in Tamil Nadu. Mukkulathur has Kallar, Maravar and let's say Agamudiyar. Okay, so this is in Tamil Nadu. We have Rajputs in UP. Okay, we have Rajputs in UP, and below that we have Thakurs, subcategorization of Rajput. We have Patels in Gujarat. Okay, we have Kadua Patel, we have Lehua Patel as well. So there are subcategorization of the caste which is spread over the loop and corner of the country. So we need to be aware that there is a subcategorization of the OBC as well. Okay, so there has been protest as well in Tamil Nadu. We have the 1 year those who are asking for the reservation. There has been a long protest by the Patels, which in 2017 to 18 there has been a long protest done by the Patels, agitations for them to have their reservation. There has been a protest by in Andhra Pradesh for their caste based reservation. There has been a protest by Marathas, so they should have their separate reservation as well. So there has been a protest by Jats in Haryana. So as I said, loop and corner of the country has its own caste deprivation and has its own protest as well as their own queries as well. So these are the things in which the caste based census has it. So the Mandal Commission estimated the 52% of the OBC population and other statistics. So that is based on the national sample survey, and political parties create their own estimate for, okay, so for example, if you say like Karnataka Mandya Lok Sabha has this population, Mangalore Lok Sabha has this population, and if you come to UP and Amethi has this kind of population, Aligarh has this kind of population. So there has been many as I said, politics is the main place where this kind of caste will be derived. So their political parties will be pressuring for continuous things of caste census as well. So we have to be very clear that each and every state has its own OBC system of reservation, and in its own OBC reservation there has been many minor as well as major caste which has been depriving for their political rights as well as educational right as well. So the caste census is one such important thing which government has to look upon. Time has to answer when this will government will take the caste census. Thank you everyone.